A lack of vulnerability is a breeding ground for shame. And this is something that I've had to learn the hard way throughout my own experience, my time in therapy. If you're not vulnerable and you withhold your vulnerability from others, which I know can feel scary and uncomfortable and like you're weak for being vulnerable, the more you do that though, the less you'll see your feelings as valid, as worthy, and as something to be proud of. Instead, you'll see them as something to be ashamed of. You're hiding them. You're keeping them behind closed doors. You're not showing them in the way that maybe you would be ashamed to show something else about yourself. The more you do that, the more ashamed you'll feel about your feelings. And you'll start to think your feelings are shameful, right? These deep core parts of you are shameful, when really they're not, right? They are an expression of who you are and what you need. And in a sense, they are kind of neutral, right? They're an opportunity for you to understand yourself better and to find connection with others through their understanding of those emotions and feelings. They are simply a tool for connection. So when you withhold that vulnerability and you don't see it as a tool, you see it as a sign of weakness, you start feeling ashamed of these parts of you, when really there's nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, we want to make sure we're holding ourselves accountable for things that we do that, we're not proud of because they're not aligned with our values and our morals. But again, even in those instances, you're using them as a tool for connection, connecting with yourself or connecting with somebody else. So it's really important that when you notice yourself feeling vulnerable or resisting vulnerability, that you will start to feel ashamed and it'll continue to breed more shame within yourself. So it's really important to just kind of push past that. I know it's easier said than done. It's difficult. But the point is to get to the other side of it where you can form genuine connections, again, with yourself or with other people without that deep shame there.